Hey, it's John from Tinderbox Arts. I'm going to review today a bag made by Viking Bags, and this is really a backpack sold as a sissy bar bag as well. It's kind of a dual personality, but frankly I think it's mostly a backpack. It is designed so that if you have a true sissy bar, which I don't, but if you do, you could slip it behind here. This is Velcro, and there are straps down here to allow you to tie things down. But if you don't have a true sissy bar, I mean, you're basically going to be into using bungee cords or a net, which I use a lot, if you're going to put this and mount it on the bike. But you could just use it as a backpack because there are backpack straps, and that's what I'm going to be using it for. So I want to go over some of the details of this bag. It is quite a large bag, actually. I mean, you could use it as an overnight bag, I think, and you know, it's big enough to store quite a bit of stuff. If you're a student going to class and you're going to ride your bike to class, or if you're going to work and you need to store some of your work things, this is big enough to do that. It'll even hold a laptop. So it's a bigger bag, and it's not something you're going to throw on just to run down to the store. It's something you're going to use when you have quite a bit of gear to store. So I'm going to take this into the barn, and we'll set it up and show you some of the details. I've laid this thing on the floor so I can show you some of the details. As I said, it's a backpack or a bag, like a sissy bar mount on your bike. But for me, I'm just going to be using it as a backpack. Occasionally, I may mount it just with straps or something on the bike. But the backpack straps are here. It connects on the bottom with one of these little plastic doodads. And the other option is you can use these straps here as a little loop to mount this to your bike, along with this large Velcroed strap as well. So if you have a sissy bar, you can use this around that. Now, as these straps as a backpack have a lot of options as well. You'll see here, this is pretty clever. This is kind of a extra strap, and they sew that every so often. So you could use this to loop, to tie bungee cords. So if you need an extra way to put this on your bike and mount it, this provides it. Plus, you may use this to attach other things if you're using it as a backpack. These straps do store away. If I flip this up here, and they're padded, by the way, you can see that. They store away in a slot in here. So if this is just annoying you and you want them out of your way, you can stick them in this slot, and that's all hidden away. And of course, there is padding for your back as you're wearing this as a backpack. So it's all set up for a backpack, but it's just giving you extra options to use it for storage on your bike if you need it. All right, there's so much going on in this thing, I thought I'd just give it to you in sections because there's just a lot of storage going on here. So I'm going to start from the back where it attaches to your back or to the bike and work my way forward and just show you what's available in this thing. The first area here, the zipper's on this side, is a zippered area that opens up to a large expanse of interior storage here. So this opens up that wide. You have a buckle there, a large expanse in here where you could put like a notebook or a book or something like that. That buckle's closed. And then you have, this kind of is a little extra fabric there, and it's a little bit stretchy, so it gives you plenty of room for expansions there. On this side of that, you have an enclosed area here which sticks out. And honestly, if you're going to use this like for an overnight bag or something like that, you could put toiletries and that kind of thing in here. And there's probably room in here for some clothes. So you could definitely use that as an option. Or if you're going to use this for, like, you know, you're a student or you work in an office, you want to be able to store papers and that kind of thing in here, there's plenty of room in that. So that's the first section. And it's all got a lot of stiffness to it. The next little section here is a deep pocket with, I'm going to pull this out, with like a waterproof lining. So the top zipper is not waterproof, so if you're getting rained on, you know, water could get in here. But this thing would, I think, hold at least some moisture. So what I would suggest is if you're packing a lunch or something like that, this would be the spot for that, so that if the lunch leaks or you have a water bottle that leaks, or if you have something valuable, you know, electronics or something like that that can't get too wet or can't get exposed to moisture, this would be the sack for that. And like I said, it goes quite deep in there. So that's the next section. There is, as I'm pointing out here, a little port right here for earbuds or something like that. So when we get to the front section, you'll see that. But I just want to point that out as we're going. On the sides, there is these mesh pockets on this side and on this side, so you have room there. And then the next section forward is a double zipper, and this is the big mama of a section. So this is quite big. You could definitely pack enough clothes for an overnight stay. There's another like little pocket here that you could put a notebook, a laptop, or something like that here. There is on the bottom a stiff, kind of a little, well, I don't know what, a little floor if you want to call it that, with a little stiffness to it, so that it does offer some protection and also keeps the bag popped out a little bit, but you can remove that if you want it. So this section is the biggest one, and there's just a lot of room in there. And I'll close that back up. And then on the final outside, this is kind of a leathery material. I don't know if it's real leather or leatherette or something, but it's, you know, it's a nice look to it. So you have a pocket here, and again, another storage pocket inside that with mesh. So that could be used, you know, for your lunch, for toiletries if you're doing overnight, or sunglasses, things like that. And then yet another one on the very outside. So you have all sorts of storage here. So many pockets that I'm not sure what you do with it all. So there's quite a lot of storage here. The bag itself weighs, you know, probably 3 or 4 pounds. So it's not a lightweight. It does have a handle on top, so if you wanted to, if you had this mounted to the bike or on your back, you could tuck these straps away. I'll show you how that's done. So you could take these straps, tuck them in here, and get them out of your way. I'm not doing a very careful job, but so they can be hidden completely away. And then you have this handle here. So it does offer a lot of flexibility. You know, mounting it to the bike, if you have a sissy bar, is going to be easier than if you don't. But like I said, I just use those flexible nets a lot, or bungee cords if I need to, or just use it as a backpack, which is my main concern. So I think this is a great bag if you know, maybe are commuting to an office or to a school, and you're a student, or you know, working at a desk somewhere and you need some storage while you travel. It offers us a little bit of protection as far as waterproofness, but it's not completely waterproof by any stretch. So if you get caught in a downpour or something like that, you know, I would suspect that some water could get in here. So you'd have to be careful as far as that. It is very flexible as far as using it for like an overnight stay or something like that. There's a lot of storage you could do for that. But there's a lot of pockets here. So you got the one for the straps. You have a large one here, a small one here, another one here. I mean, it's just all over. There's pockets everywhere. So I think it's a good bag. It's well constructed. You know, you look closely at the seams and the stitching. It all looks good. There is reflective piping, you know, here and here. So if you are wearing it as a backpack, it will reflect the headlights back if you're riding at night. The bottom here has like a kind of rubbery surface, which I think if you put this down on, you know, like a damp grass or something like that, it's going to protect the internal contents. And it's got enough protection here so that you can, you know, drop this from a few inches on the ground. It's not going to hurt the internal contents. It's a good bag. I think this company, I look forward to seeing some more from it. It's called Viking Bags. And I think this is a unit that could get a lot of use if you're riding a bike and you need occasional storage, like I said, for commuting or for an overnight stay or something like that. I like to have a lot of different options as far as bags. So, you know, this is just one of many options that I'm going to have. But I do think it has a niche that is useful. Just to show you the unit mounted as a backpack on my back. It is comfortable. It has a strap going across the middle here, so that the straps won't slide off on you as you're riding. It is a comfortable bag. I don't have any complaints as far as that. And then, like I said, there is some padding on the back. So it fits well. And this is something where you could keep it on the bike as you're riding, get to your destination, take it off and use it as a backpack, and then reverse the process as you're going home. So it's a nice little unit, and I do recommend it.